Hi, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you've tuned in today. I'm glad you're watching, whether you're watching on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, or if you're watching a replay. I'm thrilled to have you. I love sharing my creativity and inspiring you through my ideas and through the Stampin' Up! Products that are so awesome. And especially during this Christmas season when a lot of people are making handmade cards, even if they don't make them the rest of the year, which some of us make them year round and it's a lot of fun. Would love for y'all to join me in some of my card making experiences coming up if y'all are from the Lubbock area, Lubbock, Texas. I am Kelly Pitts, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Lubbock, Texas, and I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 18 years already. And they've all been part-time up until this last year. I've always had a full-time job and kind of done Stampin' Up! On the side, but now the last year I've been able to do this full-time. So it certainly keeps me busy. We had a really fun retreat about a week ago, a little over a week ago, on Friday, Saturday night. And I made 11 of these kits so that everybody got to make 16 cards each. So I'm doing the videos for those who did a class to go kit, or for those of you who might be interested in a PDF tutorial for all 16 cards. Let me show you those real quickly while I'm thinking about it. These are the ones that we did, kind of showing you mostly the Merry, Bold, and Bright suite, but also the Merriest Trees bundle, and then the Not Divine bundle, or not bundle, but just Not Divine stamp set, which is absolutely gorgeous. So if y'all are interested in that PDF tutorial, let me know. I'm happy to help you with that. Also happy to help you with any of your Stampin' Up! Product needs. It's getting to be that time of year where you might want to put a wish list together for Christmas gifts. If you've got folks in your life who buy Christmas gifts and maybe they're not exactly what would be helpful to you every year. So you might want to pick something out for yourself, and I can contact all your Santas and make sure you get what you want for Christmas. How about that? Also wanted to just get going here on the cards so that it's easy for those who are making these at home. This is from the Not Divine stamp set. I'll move this over. It is just a beautiful set. Let me switch my camera so that y'all can see this a lot bigger. That'll be easier while we're doing this. And I'm using Starry Sky with this Not Divine set, and it is just beautiful. Also, we're focusing on the cards and envelopes, the brushed gold cards and envelopes. And that goes beautifully with this, with the Starry Sky, and the gold is just gorgeous. I think that's very royal and a great way to honor our God and say thanks to Jesus for all he did for us on this Christmas long time ago. All right. Well, I have the card package ready. I have already embossed. I'm going to show you that folder. That we're using. This is the Distressed Tile 3D folder. That's what I used on. Here's the difference. I cut the brushed gold card in half because I couldn't bear for that to just be a back of a card. Then I ran it through the Distressed Tile folder, just put it in there like that, ran it through. And for the greeting, that is our new set called Nested Essentials. It's in the annual catalog, 161597. And that has some beautiful dies in a little bit different shape than we've had before. So we will get busy here. We've got a Starry Sky card base that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I have just a white piece on the inside, a basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4. And we're just using Starry Sky ink. And I'm also using some gold foil. We did some die cutting on those little stars that come from the Merriest Trees set. So we will get going here. And I've got some gold trim. This comes in a packet with the gold and silver trim. And that is an online exclusive, which you can find on my website and blog at createwithkelly.com. We'll get that out of the way. Now let's get going. I have already embossed with white embossing powder on the Starry Sky after I cut it out with the nested essentials that I showed you. I use craft white ink instead of using Versamart because I feel like it gets a whiter, brighter look with the white embossing powder. You may not see a difference. It may not matter to you, but that's what I do. So there you have it. Not Divine stamp set on that. All right, we're going to get going here and fold our Starry Sky along the score line. Use our bone folder to burnish it, get it to lay flat for us while we're working on it, and easier to send in the envelope. Okay, now I'm going to show you the technique we're going to use Crumb Cake after we've distressed our paper here, which I just showed you, and now I have lost it. Here we go. And this is, of course, as I said, the brushed gold cards and envelopes. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we're going to take the Crumb Cake, and you always, when you're using our gorgeous, wonderful, smooth blending brushes, you tap off on your paper first and then go in a circular motion onto your card. It takes a little while to layer that up if you want a ton of color on there, which I don't really want a ton. I just want to emphasize that embossing that's already there and kind of make it look, I mean, to me, these colors and this particular pattern and making it a little more distressed with the color, it looks like Bethlehem to me. So that's why I chose it. And I would love to hear your comments if you're joining me live or on the replay. I will try to check comments on the replay also. So trying to keep that kind of uneven, heavier in some places, lighter in some. Just always tap off so that you don't get that messy look on your card. Otherwise, this kind of mess will go on your card. So I think that's enough of that. And that is Crumb Cake ink on the brushed gold card. Then we're going to use our ribbon. We're going to tie ribbon around this, and this is the gold trim. I'm going to flip it over onto the back and use our Stampin' seal. Let's see, we want our ribbon to go low, kind of around in here. And I'm just using seal on the sides here. We're just going to go like that. Whoops. Didn't get that very good, did I? And we're going to glue that whole thing on the front, so it just needs to hold for right now. Okay, we're just doing that, and then we're going to add our little bow later when we get it on the card. Okay, should be doing this on our little mat. We can get rid of this for the moment. And I'm just going to glue this flat. You can use seal, probably Seal Plus would be better since we've got so much texture to this card. But when I have something embossed with the 3D stuff like this, I like to use liquid glue. So I'm sure it gets in all those little nooks and crannies and glues down well for us. Sorry, shook everything. And just kind of get that where you have an even border all the way around. 4 by 5 1/4 is what I cut this half of the card base down to. So half your cards will have the matching envelope and half will be white, or you could get by with vanilla probably with doing this Crumb Cake and use your bright white and gold on something else. Alrighty, we're gonna take the Oh Holy Night. Like I said, I've already embossed that. If y'all need me to do a video and show you how to heat emboss, I can do that on a separate one. Just send me a message. And we'll get this popped up. Just one in each corner ought to do it. And I like things a little off center, so I kind of like it with this on the lower left and then having the bow here. If you wanted to center it more, you could. I think I'm going to move that up just a tad. Try to keep that even. Oops. That moved up, didn't it? There we go. I'm going to have to glue that ribbon right there. Keep that where I want it. That should keep both sides in place. We'll just hold that a minute. The liquid glue takes a little bit on the ribbon. And then we can pop a dimensional on there too. That should help hold it. There we go. Now I'm going to take a glue dot to the ribbon, which is much easier than trying to get a glue dot off of here and then get it onto the ribbon. So just take your embellishment to the glue dot, smash it on there, twist it off, and the dot comes off with it. And that can be flat, it can be however you want to do your bow. Is great. I just pre-did that so it's a little faster. Oh, and I meant to do the inside. I was going to do a little bit on here while I had that blending brush down. Let's get that back out again. And here we go. I was just going to take that kind of along the bottom here to kind of tie in that crumb cake color. I think I'm going to like that. And you could add a little more. Looks like we've kind of scuffed that a little. I may try the other side. Let me get a little of the crumb cake. A little bit more. Tap, tap, tap. Isn't this gold pretty with the starry sky? Just think that's gorgeous. Okay, there we go. Crumb cake it is. Now we'll go with the starry sky and stamp our stars are shining brightly. It's hard to say that without singing it in your head. And believe me, you don't want me to sing it out loud, so we'll just leave it in my head. Hopefully, I better try to get that off the edge there. Trying to make sure I got that coated well, and I got it a little on the edge. Pushed a little bit too hard. That's what that means when you get that edge like that. Try to keep it even and tap, tap, tap. And I think I did that one in the center, which is rare, but isn't that pretty? Starry sky on that. We'll get that cleaned off. And then when you're doing your gold foil, it is easier if you'll put adhesive on the back. Just do a big square of it or a rectangle or whatever if you're doing several pieces. And that way it is a lot easier to adhere them without getting glue everywhere. So I think I used this one, but today I might use this one. It's a little big, isn't it? I think. Let's try that one. All three of these shapes come in with the merriest trees. It's kind of hard to get it lined up with that swish on the O there. We'll see which one we like. We had 4 different stars, I believe, in that set. Or we just stick with this one, which is what I had before, because it kind of works up there by itself. I still like that one the best. This one I did not use adhesive sheets, so we're going to have to use a little glue, and be careful. That's probably a little bit too much. I'm going to wipe part of that off, put it on my wet wipe. Add this and try not to get it anywhere on the top. Okay. Now we will glue our inside in. You can use your Stampin' Seal or use your liquid glue, whatever makes you happy. I always do a little squiggle on the inside. I know some people just do the outside. What do y'all do? What do you do? Those of you who are watching, are y'all squiggle in the middle glue, folks, or what? Or do you just do around the outside edges? Let's see what we did on this one. See if we're going to do something different, or kind of audition our pieces and see what we like. That's pretty up there. That looks like the 1 star, except this one is bigger. Or do we need 3? What are y'all thinking? I think I'm going to move it over just a tad from where I did the first card. Just going to do that top, just that middle part right there. That should be enough to hold it. It's not like it's a fun fold that they'll open, close, open, close, open, close, right? But I do think it's beautiful. Simple and beautiful. You could do a lot of these. Kind of in assembly line fashion, where you do all your die cutting, do all of your texture, you know, cut all your cards for however many you're going to make, and then put them together. But is that not beautiful? That is, I love that Starry Sky, and I haven't used it enough. That was one of our new in colors last year, so it'll be going out after this year. When we have a new catalog, it'll be going out. So take advantage now. It looks rich and royal to me, and I think that's a beautiful set. If y'all have any questions about this, let me know. If you need any products, my host code is on the screen. I appreciate your time, and thanks for tuning in. Hope you can come to one of my classes soon in Lubbock if you're interested. And I don't know if I want to leave that shot like that or leave it with that. We'll just leave that one up. How about that? Like I said, happy to help anytime. Just give me a call or text me or send me an email, kelly@createwithkelly.com, and spell the Kelly right, Kelley. Thanks. Bye-bye. Have a great week.